All right, Kalko, we might be a little early, but I think we can get us started for the evening. A lot to talk about.
We sure do. Whole new season.
Right, yeah. I think we can take a little bit of preamble. Everybody I'd like to introduce. You know Kalka, this is Adam, also otherwise known as Adam. He was on our stage last night and came home with a victory, I do believe.
Yep. Yep. First win of the season. Feels good.
Yeah, always nice to start off your season with a victory. And then welcome to the casting stage. Jags, of course, will be playing with us tonight, or playing for us tonight, in our first game of the night. And then he will be able to spectate and hang out in the clubhouse with everybody if he so chooses. You know, it's more likely if he wins, I would say, for anybody to come and stay and hang out afterwards. But let's get into the presentation here in a second, and then I want to also give us some time to be able to talk a little bit about the patch notes, because we, of course, on the LCC are live patch, and so we'll be playing live with the changes that came out just last night.
Yep. Let's see. Do you want to get started on that now, or?
We can talk about it now. We got plenty of time, so we can run down the patch notes,
right.
Get people a little bit. Let me go to the Canva. We'll go through our sponsors. We'll talk about the schedule, and then before we get into the match, we'll maybe then I think it's more appropriate time. So everybody, welcome to Season 5 of the LCC. Of course, we started a little bit early last night to some rescheduling, and we're starting a little bit later tonight as a result. But Season 5 will come to you weekly, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That is Eastern Time. We're glad to have you with us. LCC Season 5 brought to you, as always, by Oasis Gaming. Get away from the toxicity and game with us at the Oasis. Go Humps.
Go Humps.
That's right. Also brought to you by Lilac Lion Photography, powering our statistics and website backend. Lilac Lion Photography, one of the leading wedding and event photographers in the Charlotte area. Get in with her today before she gets too big to afford. Excellent photographer. Know her personally. She does great work. Of course, Dr. Pepper, established in 1885 out of Waco, Texas. They bring you the perfect soft drink. Crack open one and enjoy those 23 unique flavors tonight.
One of my personal favorites.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we have our standings, our first results. Freljord Frost sitting now at the top of the table, and Shurima Scorch, unfortunately, sitting at the bottom with everybody with a null score. So this is not going to mean too much until we get to the end of the night, and we have at least one result in for everybody, and then we will have a division between the top and the bottom, the haves and the have-nots. What's it feel like to be at the top?
Where is everyone? I can't see you all down there. No, it feels good, but I'm excited to see how the rest of this season is going to turn out. It's only just the beginning.
Yeah, it's only just the beginning. Frost taking home our first victory on Game 1. And then our featured matchup, the rematch of the Bandle City Buckaroos and the Bilgewater Bullets. This will be a run back of the best of 5, our first finals to go past 3 games, going to all 5. Just 2 months ago. So I think this is going to be one to watch. We have, of course, new drafts, new rosters, but this is one that everybody's going to recognize. Bandle City Bucks and the Bullets after that 5-game brawl. That took us to quite late.
Yeah, you think it was exhausting watching it. Imagine being in it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, we'll see how that ends up playing out. I'm really excited just for all of these matchups. They just all look so good on paper, especially.
I'm excited. We have some great matchups to start off the season. And I think before we get into it, let's take a look at that patch notes. And is there anything you want to call out? You know, I haven't been as close. I've been doing our prep in the back end, so I haven't had as many games in. You were prepping for the league, getting that practice in. What's standing out to you?
Really, the only this is kind of like a minor touch-up. I haven't delved too deep into these, but the main thing I definitely noticed was the lock nerfs.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're not super significant, but he's definitely a super strong champion. I know my own mid laner picked him up right away. I'm not certain if anyone else in the league has done so, but still definitely something to keep your eye on.
I mean, I think it's not... I'm looking at them now, and they're fairly significant. This should at least knock a % or 2 off of his win rate at the very least. But this is, significant nerfs, I would say. But also, I feel needed. He was
Yeah.
insanely overtuned. He has so much flexibility to get to do what he
Yes.
wants and so much
Mhm.
safety to do it in. It feels crazy the amount of stats he has and the amount of options he gets to do play with. So I'm excited to see those nerfs come through. We're also seeing nerfs come through for Nefiri jungle across all skill ranks.
Yes. My own
That's one to
jungler is very
watch out.
happy about that.
Yeah, that's a good one to watch out for. Silas also in the mid lane, receiving some nerfs. So 2 melee assassins being taken out. We don't see a ton of priority on melee assassins in the LCC for the mid lane, but definitely
Yeah.
I think Locke was going to come to the stage.
Absolutely. And some other buffs that I noticed. Alistair, we've seen, especially in pro play, the popularization of roaming support. So
Yeah,
he got a, I know it's only 5 move speed, and which is a bit of an archaic meme, but Alistair even getting buffs when he's one of those supports that can pull off those super impactful roams in the early game. Might be pulled out tonight. We'll see.
yeah, I'm excited. I love Alistar. It's been a long time since I considered him meta, but we do see a lot of tank engage supports in the LCC. Last night we saw enchanters for the most part, Senna and Yumi for yourself, or not Yumi, Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm so apologize. That's not Yumi.
it's all right. It's all good. All good.
Yeah, a new look for yourself, but it looks great. And then I know Agateo is going to be wishing that Kaisa buff came into play for him. Not quite there. Volibear, Zac, and Maokai, we all have a history in the LCC. Zac, much less so recently, but Maokai and Volibear, ooh, they come out quite a bit. Bassoon, no longer, currently not an active player. No, he's going to be sad he doesn't get to use the Maokai on the stage. And Bel'Veth, I just read adjustment as a buff. So interested to see where Bel'Veth shakes out, because I always kind of considered her a late game monster in the first place.
Yeah. I know her changes were kind of just a massive wall of text, so bonus points to anyone that tries to pull it out. Another small shout, Bastion Breaker got buffed with its cost reduced. Now, I don't know if you've heard about Jace ADC, but
It's been many
it's
moons.
it's pretty good right now. That's another one. Let's see if anyone's brave enough to pull that one out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this item purchased.
It's
To
it's
be
pre- it's
honest.
pretty good on Jace and like just Jace, like maybe Kha'Zix, but
Okay, 50 plus
we'll see.
150% lethality true damage for the shaped charge damage. Okay. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
how this works with Jace. I don't know if we had our sexy playing in the marksman role. I know he'd be
Yeah.
excited to bring out some Jace 80 carry, but I don't know that we will have any LCC Jace memes come out of this. Terminus and Yuntal Wild Arrows, so also getting some tweaks. Yuntal getting a buff, 5% increased attack speed, 100 gold cheaper for the recipe cost. That's really nice. And Terminus picking up, let's see, it's just a tweak or a buff? This looks like just a straight buff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, a decent amount of changes. Not such a huge patch, but decent amount could shake things up. But we'll see.
And we'll have to leave the League Classic alone because I could talk for hours. I played 3 games
Oh,
last night and I'm
don't-
stoked.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I'm so stoked. I've been playing since before seasons. It feels like home. I'm teaching people how to do runes and masteries. It's a good time.
hmm Just as beautiful as the day I lost it.
It looks awful.
Brings a tear to
But
my
it's real
eye.
pretty when I can do it in full screen and my computer can actually run it and I'm not at 130
Yep.
ping. So all those things are really nice.
Yep.
But let's focus back in on our competitors for the evening and our run up to our game time at 8 p.m. So we've got 10 minutes to go through them. We're going to talk through our matchup. Throw us back over there. Bandle City Bucks versus the Bilgewater Bullets, our featured matchup for the week. Both sitting at 0-0. Nobody knows exactly how this is going to play out. But let's get into the rundown. We do have one short-term contract for the Bandle City Bucks. You'll notice on the rundown. But the Bandle City Bucks for the evening, go Bucks. Gemsy in the top lane. He's coming for first blood. He's such an aggressive top laner. We've seen him here. This will be his 3rd season, I believe. I've played with him. Good luck to everybody on the Bucks. This is a personal favorite team, so you'll see some bias, but I'll keep it off once we get on the Rift. I'm going to let it out now. Most, potentially the best jungler we've ever seen, according to the numbers. Could be a real sleeper rookie coming into the league. But everybody's going to have their eye on Most. See if they can track where he's going and try to mitigate his impact. We saw a lot of pressure coming out of Whittle last night, so you can see how that aggressive play out of the jungle can really make an impact on the game. Hope in the mid lane, a veteran of the LCC as well. We've had him play since Season 1. He's well known. He's making a return to this role after offlaning going back to his home, whatever, in the marksman role last season. So you can expect to see a lot of control mages here. Sylas nerf coming through, so probably won't see Sylas, but I believe we've seen that before. And then, of course, Inferno, the most improved last split, trying to pick up and just continue on that trend. I think we've all seen Inferno grow over the years, and really excited to see what he can bring out for the Bucks this season. And our loving short-term contract returning to the stage. He doesn't miss. Chestnut himself on support.
Yep. So sad we couldn't get him for the whole season, but it'll be a beautiful moment in time if we get to see him this game.
Yeah, hopefully he will be available for the Vandal City Bucks to re-sign as necessary. He will not be available to any other teams. We don't allow for any roving mercenary short-term contract players. That's a conflict of interest as far as we're concerned, but excited to see what the Bucks can pull out for the season. And this is it's an exciting lineup, but it's also one with unknowns, because Gemsy, will he be able to continue his performance and perhaps stop going 2-0 and then end up 2-2? And Inferno, can he continue his upward trend? Are Hope and Most going to be this power duo potentially? So I'm excited to see where this goes. Go Bucks. Give us the rundown for the bullets, Mr. Kalka.
All right. For the bullets in top side, we have Frosttide, a switch up from his previous season's role as jungler. And taking his spot as jungle is Bombman, a rookie to the scene. And good luck. We hope you do well. Excited to see how you perform. In mid lane, we've got Spike, another role swap from his previous top position. At ADC, we've got Bell, returning to the league. I'm not super, learned on the exact history, but I know he's played before.
Yep, 3-season veteran, taking a break off, and now returning for Season 5. So welcome back, Bell. Bell also edits our highlights and creates those packages for us, so very appreciative of that.
Yes. Thank you very much, Bell. Good luck tonight. And taking my spot, while I'm taking his on the caster desk, is Jags, rounding out the bullets. There you go.
I'm excited for this lineup. What are your thoughts? Does anything stand out for you? I know Frosttide, the previous MVP, lane swapping to top lane. Spike also lane swapping. Jax perhaps being a little bit overvalued in the points. Like, how does this lineup look for you?
I truly have no idea what to expect, because I know Spike I know he played mid lane for, gosh, what team was he on? Was he on Gladiator Season 3?
He was on Zon Plague with Jags.
No, he was on Zon. Sorry, my bad. Like I said, I'm not super versed in the history, but okay. I know he has played mid before, and I know he has some picks from top lane that he played last season that he can also play mid. And then you've got Frosttide in top lane, who also has some picks that he would play in jungle that he can bring to top lane, but he's also got some new top lane picks as well. And then Jags, I mean, it's your Discord join sound. He's the best support in the league. So if point values are to be trusted, he is the best. So worthy replacement. So I'm excited to see how this team performs. It is still like beginning of the season, first game, a lot of unknowns.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns. It's always exciting to see how things shake out. I'm so excited we are back. We've got every team, there's something to talk about. I'm really excited to see. I think the jungle matchup is going to be one to watch as we get onto the Rift.
Oh, yes.
We're going to watch where they start. I want to watch where teams ward level 1. Are they going to, how they're going to track these junglers? Because I think when you have a high pressure jungler, it's so important to know where they start. It's so important to try to track where, as much as possible, anytime you can get vision on them is crucial for your team, making sure that you were able to have a stable early game. Yep. You can make decisions. It's also important to have priority in your lanes if you're concerned about pressure coming out from a jungler. And of course, Bomb Man, like, I'm not trying to take away from Bomb Man, but I personally have had Moss talked up a lot. I've seen Bomb Man personally. I've spectated him carry 2 games quite handily on his own from top and jungle. So I'm just excited to see what Moss brings to the table, because I've not laid my eyes on his gameplay quite yet. I really want to see what Inferno brings out. We've seen a huge improvement away from just being, I only play Jhin, then I only play Samira, and then I'm on again, off again with Varus. I can't make up my mind about it. He's really weird about the Varus for some reason. And of course, Chestnut coming back to the stage. Blitzcrank is on the table, but we may just see probably some other engaged supports, because those other roam supports are just more consistent. Coming in as a short-term contract, they're likely not prepared with Blitzcrank, but could happen. And then for the Bullets, I know Jags is stoked to be on this team, as the Bucks are like my personal favorite IP. Like, I love the Bucks. I was on that team. The Bullets, Jags are Jags' brainchild, so he created this organization, and now he's excited to be able to support it from within, playing on the support, returning after a season away when we both stepped off to be tournament admins and run the production. I'm excited to let him get back in there. I'm very curious what Frostide's going to bring out. I've heard tales of some of those picks, and definitely he's the MVP from last split, lane switching to the top. You don't know what it's going to be like after he's had so much success in the jungle. It could be jarring to have him go into the top lane and then maybe not have quite as much success. So good luck to everybody out there tonight. And this is only game 1. We've still got another matchup for you after this.
Yep. We'll see if Frostide can repeat the magic. Yeah, I'm also... a thing I noticed about specifically Bucks is that I think they have the most returning stability in their roster. I think Hope is just a role swap, and Moss is the only new player, whereas Bullets have 2 role swaps in Spike and Frostide, a rookie, and Bell and Jag's gonna have to shake off the rust. So who knows? Maybe a slight advantage to the Bucks.
Yeah, Bell also role swapping. He previously a top laner for all of his play throughout the LCC. So yeah, Bullets are one that we really don't have a lot of information on exactly how they're gonna play. We can make speculations. We know some of these players. We know most of these players, because I have very little data on Bomb Man. But I'm excited. It's always exciting to go to week 1. I love it. We finally get to meet these people and get a feel for it, and everybody's like competing. I've got the trophy here with me. I keep it on the desk as we go through this seasons. The trophy will get taller this year as we have our season 5 champions, the Bullets, of course, the last ones to win it. We're taking to the stage today, trying to start off their split right.
Yes. Well, it's coming up on 8 o'clock here. Let's see if we can get some ready checks out of the players. I see everyone in lobby.
It is about that time.
Okay.
We go and
ready from Bullets, ready from Bucks. Okay.
Ready.
Oh yes, Gamba. Get the Gamba up. Can't forget about that. Very important. Okay, and we are into Champ Select. Let's see how we start off the bans. Yep, I'll try to talk while you handle the tech.
I'm good. Hopefully I have prepared it correctly. Yeah, City Bucks, Bullets. That's the right team. Okay, cool.
Learn from your mistakes.
Okay, Braum starting off, and we do see the Riven banned out. So because the Bucks have a blue side, they do not want Gemsy getting his hands on it. Akali ban reciprocated back towards Spike. And Renekton as well. Heavy targets towards Gemsy early on in this first round of bans.
Yep, he's very well acquainted with having his Riven banned, and then after his performance in the playoffs, we've seen the Renekton ban rise in priority a lot as well. He's a super aggressive laner. I like to say that Gemsy plays every champion in the game through the lens of Riven. He plays everybody as if they were Riven. Moss I believe this is a jungle talent ban out against Moss.
Yes.
So respect for the diamond.
We saw the Smolder we saw the Smolder ban towards Bell, his most played, and then Talon ban towards Moss. I believe that is his most played jungler and one of his preferences. So what will Bucks open us up with? I see a Blitzcrank cover threatening.
Don't take the bait.
Chestnuts
Don't
and
take the
Bucks.
bait till it's locked. Yep, that's right. You can't engage with these trolls. Can't do it.
They're just they're just doing some psychological warfare, saying, "Hey, remember this? We could have tormented you with it," but instead they're gonna settle for Leona. Very strong frontline engage option. Let's see how bullets respond. Nothing too crazy so far. I was told to expect some shenanigans. We'll see if they come true. We see Syndra, so that is most likely for Hope in mid lane. But
Hope, on
Syndra,
the blue side,
flexible
so this will be
bot,
for
but we'll
Spike.
see if. Oh, sorry.
Yep, you're all
That's
good.
right.
We can't see their team, so I understand.
Yep.
But this will be we've seen
It's a
Spike play
takeaway from
Syndra
Hope.
and on Zon
It's
play.
a takeaway from Hope. That's right.
Yeah. And a Corki hover out. This could be for Bell. I don't imagine it would go anywhere else. I've never seen Bell play Corki. So this is a curious one for me. This indicates to me that we may be looking for one of like a Corki strong burst engage. He wants to go in.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to try to end up in a poke matchup. So we may see, those roaming tank supports who Jags is known for. Of course, capable of playing enchanters, but known for those, and with the LCC, with the pro meta on that direction, I imagine we will see some similar things. Leona also a roaming tank support, and we have now, we have to almost be certain it's going to be the marksman and mid lane for BCB. We have Ahri and Ziggs.
Yes, when Ziggs was first picked, I thought, okay, maybe that's an answer to Syndra. I wasn't sure if Inferno had it in his repertoire, but with the Ahri follow-up, that pretty much confirms it's going to be Ziggs in the bot lane and Hope on the Ahri. A singed pickup, so that is a blind singed, because I highly doubt BCB have locked in their top lane. But this is a unique approach. I don't know.
So I imagine we're going to support here, and then hiding the jungle pick so Moss doesn't know what kind of matchup he's getting. This is curious to me, but I think they must be concerned about Singed being target banned out from Frostide.
So you know Jags better than I do. Does he play Singed support?
No, there's not a chance
Okay.
this is going anywhere else.
Okay, all right.
I'll eat a sock if Jags goes Thresh Singed support.
Okay, quick, Bullets, if you're watching the stream, adjust your game plan now. We need to see Chase eat a sock.
No, not happening.
Oh,
Jags
boy.
won't throw in the towel for the bit.
Unfortunate. Some more target bans towards Most with the Nefiri and Olaf being taken out. Unless Gems... Well, I guess Gemsy also plays Olaf. And that is... I think that... In my head, that seems like a good pick into the Singed. And meanwhile, Bucks taking away Jags' signature Thresh.
Yeah, perhaps a double ban, but this really, I think they're trying to make sure that they police Most in these round 5 bans. I believe in
And a
Gemsy to
blue
play the Olaf, but I also believe in him to die on the Olaf. But Olaf is a great counter into Singed because you just have ult and you just turn and take the fight.
Yes.
So that's fair. Warwick covered now.
Yeah, I haven't personally delved into Bomb Man's champion mastery, so I don't, or match history, so I don't know
I've
what
seen him
exactly
play
he's
Warwick
got.
and carry on it in a normal game.
Yeah. There you go.
Excited to see how this goes here for him in week 1. A little surprised we don't see support picked up, but I guess I don't think they would be securing
because-
Warwick, so maybe they're trying to keep support open for a flex pick to change things around. Here
Yeah,
it
because
is.
Leona was first picked, so you you should be pretty confident in that Leona going support and knowing what you would want against it. So curious draft approach from Bullets. We'll see what their end game is here as Jarvan locked in for Bucks.
I think the thought is probably that Jags is he's got a pretty broad champ pool. It's support. You don't need to have like a lot of specific matchup knowledge. You just need to be able to pilot the hero. And with that, I think Darius locked in for Gemsy. I've seen him play this. He's an aggressive Darius player. He's not quite a Mad Apex, but he is going to be looking for that early fight into Singed. So we're going to be watching for where the junglers start, and we're going to be watching for how the level 1 plays out in the top side. Gemsy's going to look for a forward bush, and so I'm curious to see how the junglers decide to respond. And we have a Morgana locked in, I imagine, for support. This has got to be for support. So Jags with the Morgana will be able to prevent the charms, will be able to prevent Black Shield against the Leona CC. What do you think? Who do you favor here?
So, off rip, I actually do like the Bucks draft because they have plenty of engage, a mixed damage profile, and good front-to-back capabilities. The only thing they will not be good at is taking Baron. They don't have good sustained physical damage for that. Their turret taking ability is still just fine with the Ziggs. Meanwhile, looking at Bullets, I think they want to rat. I think they just want to rat their way to a victory here. Try to maybe 1-3-1, get that Singed to just be a nuisance.
Scale
and
their way
hopefully, hopefully just run them around the map. And, put on their blue suede shoes, break their ankles, that kind of deal.
I'm very curious about the Corki.
I think it's more comfort for Bell. We have mentioned that he is role swapped, so champion pool might be a little bit limited. But Corki does make sense when you see Leona on the table, because you can Valkyrie out of the engage, and Jarvan picked into the Corki when he can't exactly lock him down that well, because again, Valkyrie just gets you out. And then you do have Morgana Black Shield to potentially stop any Leona engages on the other team members. I would say that's more to protect the Syndra, because Syndra herself does not have any mobility in her kit. And also, if you throw Black Shield onto Warwick as he's diving in for an engage, he can't immediately be dealt with. You have to pop the Black Shield first before getting him out of his ultimate. So I see some synergies on Bullets. I see some, counterplay interactions from both sides. I think we've got a good matchup for our first game of the night.
Excited. I'm curious to see how this scales out. We have Ari coming out for Hope. The Hope Fan Club will be excited about this. It's one of his signature picks in the mid lane. We haven't seen it in quite a while, but it should be exciting. We have Jarvan for Most. Jarvan is a great playmaker. We've seen a lot of success for Jarvan in the LCC. Warwick, I think everybody I'm looking around pretty much has a pick that I expect them to have. I'm really looking at Jags Morgana is less common for him. I wonder about going for a Thresh, because Thresh Leona, I believe Thresh should be able to flay Leona out of her pole, I believe.
It was banned in the second round of bans.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah. But yes, Thresh would have been very good for him here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I remember.
Going for the Corki is really the one that I'm caught up on. This must be a pick that Bell is comfortable on, but it's... It feels to me, based on how I understand Corki's laning, it's high risk, and with the Ziggs coming out, I think they're not going to be very happy about that one, how it's shaken out. So, I'm going to be watching for some Morgana binds out of Jags, and seeing how these rotations shake out. Because we have Warwick, Syndra, Corki really are going to be the core of the damage, and Singed Morgana providing utility. Let's check what the predictions say. We got 3,500 down for BCB, 1,000 for BLT. Get your predictions in before it ends. Got about 30 seconds left.
One thing I will say about the bot lane matchup is that Bullets have double ranged versus a melee support in Leona.
Sure.
However, Ziggs does have decent enough wave clear early on for that not have too much of an effect. Leona can play back further because the Ziggs just keeps throwing Qs on the wave and doesn't have to worry about it too much. So if Corki and Morgana want to abuse this double ranged advantage they have, they'll have to do it early and often, and maybe we see an early gank from Warwick to tilt the scales even further in their favor.
May indeed.
As the load screen up, or going to the load screen right now. So we'll be in game shortly. Okay. Right. I'm in. So, I do think Warwick could potentially invade Jarvan early. I think if the Morgana chooses to do so, could follow him up, because Jarvan doesn't have access to his flag and drag combo level 1. Usually just starts flag. Maybe some contesting around the topside river entrances here. Looks like they'll just back off, get some wards down. Binding gonna land early on the Ziggs, get a little bit of damage. But the Bucks will get that ward on towards the Wraiths and scout out Warwick's starting path. He is starting bot side. In fact, the junglers are starting opposite, so we probably won't see them clash around the first scuttle spawns. They will probably just handshake those. And here we are, into the laning phase.
Could have, like I said, level 1 Gemsy did look for some bush cheese, but Frostside is wise to his shenanigans, and Gemsy going to be trying to stand him off the wave. Jags and Bell getting early prio, but Inferno, of course, just going to be waiting for those bombs, trying to play it safe. That is one thing, like you mentioned, is they have the double range matchup, and Leona, I think, plays well into the idea of this roaming up, so we'll have to watch how perhaps any engage around the first Scuttle Crab takes go for these junglers. Of course, clearing opposite, we may just see nothing come of that. And then at the neutral objectives, will Leona make the difference, or will that Black Shield have enough of an impact?
Yep, remains to be seen. Hold on. What is the... Remind me again. I don't know, Spectator. What is the hotkey to keep the scoreboard up?
Oh.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right, just like it is in game. Duh. Of course. Okay.
Control-Shift-Z to be able to scroll out further.
Thank you very much. All right. Early pressure from Gemsy onto Frostside, but he gets the pull under the tower for some extra damage and come out even in the trade. Good plays by Frosttide right there. But good damage by Hope onto Spike in mid. It's going to be under some heavy pressure to match up against that Ahri.
Why are we so far behind live?
I'm at 233. 34.
Yeah, I'm at 258. Just press plus and then keep going until you go to live, or like until it stops. Fast.
Okay. That's odd. Okay, I'm at 3.
Engage bot side. Chestnut gonna find the Zenith Blade down onto Bell, but able to back away. Moss still looking for the lane gank. I like the attention down to the bot side, but not able to find anything. Continue trying to search for live. Why are we so far off of it?
I'm at 342 now.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Up to live. Cool.
Moss
looking for a transition gank in the mid lane. Yeah, 352, 353. Not going to find anything, ending up just providing some pressure, but he does show himself on vision. I think he was a bit spotted on the ward beforehand, so it would have made a difference if he tried to stay hidden. Frostite drops so low. Gemsy going to tank 2 shower shots at the end, but the bleed ignite will find it for Gemsy starting us off. Moss discovering Bomb Man.
What he does. Yep. Invade. It's just a 1v1. Neither of the Bell solo laners are responding to this, but they're coming over now. Bombman could be in some danger. Moss getting very low. He's going to be chased down by the ward, but he chooses to back off. But the re-engage from Jarvan gets the kill secured. Ooh, no assist over to Hope. Unfortunate, but aggressive play by Bombman. But the Bucks punish.
Unfortunately, a little too greedy on the overstay. Goes for the blue, goes for the invade, but then Moss, backed by his 2 team members, even if Bombman able to find the cheese fight, would have been taken down. No flash burned by either of the junglers, so going to have that available to themselves for ganks. We've got this nice line of wards up and down the river. Both teams trying to prioritize that vision as the first strike response.
Good river control by bullets. They'll be able to see any plays made from Moss that come from that area. It looks like they're going for a counter invade onto Bombman at his own Gromp.
Just as here, Jax is in range to rotate over. Hope going to be caught by a bind. Dive over the wall from Moss on Bombman. And they will come away with that one and a kill.
Yep, the Bullets tried to go for something mid. Meanwhile, the Bucks were aggressive in Bombman's own jungle and secure that kill, and now they'll turn that into a dragon.
Spotting out Frostide, going for the start of the Sin shenanigans. They'll be proxying this wave.
Getting that proxy started, he knows the Bucks are on the other side of the map. He is free to do as he wants. Stun, or exchange up CC in the mid lane, but they'll cancel each other out and nothing will happen of that.
Yep, Hope forced to reset, got no mana left, so Spike's going to be trying to pressure that creep wave in, making the most of his teleport. Hope has that ignite, so he's going to be trying to work with Moss to find some pickouts with that, scale himself up, choosing to stay. Not going to be able to move over to take any prio, but the dragon is already taken, so should be free to do so.
Bell also is chunked low by the Ziggs while
there's
laning, so he's going to be forced under tower here.
Surprised no
he'll have to
flash
take a
forward
reset.
out of Spike. One more auto and a ultimate unleashed power, I think, would have picked up that kill from Hope, but choosing to take the safe route. Doesn't want to end up getting charmed and styled under the tower.
Yep, also did not know where the Jarvan was, so playing it safe might have been the correct decision, but Jarvan was in the area, but how was he to know? But I appreciate playing safe over being reckless any day of the week.
But I want plays. We're here for that. I'm here for the
I know,
plays.
I know.
I'm here for the people.
Yep, we want action.
That's right.
We demand
want
blood.
action. Bomb Man rotating
Man
over to
can be
top side
looking top.
still doesn't have the infinite duress quite yet, so I would go over to his blue buff and finish that out. 7 minutes, he needs to be getting that infinite duress, but gonna look for a play top side first.
Yep, they ended up fighting top lane anyway, so Bomb Man going to be here and helping out, getting that fear onto Gemsy. Will Gemsy be able to get the turn kill on Nico? Probably not. Warwick going to
forward,
flash
we'll find
just to
it.
get the
Moss
kill.
is here.
And level 6. Oh, Moss with the flash DQ with the Tiamat into the kill onto Singed. Now Warwick left their 1v2 as Hope has roamed up as well. And Bucks turn that into a 2-for-1 in their favor.
So what I mentioned, you really need that infinite duress if you're going to go for those plays, because the second you get that infinite duress, they secure that kill for free and don't have to get anything back. It's just the fact that they had to take so long to do it is what allowed them to rotate all the way up.
Flash Zenith blade from Tessa onto Spike. Flash is response, but Hope has the ultimate. Could keep chasing. Exhaust down on Spike will keep him in place. He's out of charges. Spike is still kind of low, but the last Q from Hope will secure that kill in the mid lane. Bucks up to a really fast start. 6-1 kills and a dragon lead at 8 minutes.
Yep. You got to say the thing about Chestnut.
He never misses.
That's right.
Oh, he doesn't miss. I think that's the right phrase.
Yep.
Sorry.
Chestnut,
I'm
he
still,
does
I'm
not
still a little new to
miss.
this.
That's alright, we can set you up for it. Chestnut with the Flash Zenith Blade does connect. Hope managing to bring out the damage that Ignite, paying dividends on the play. And now on to the top neutral objective. Most is showing why he's feared in the jungle. 3-0-1 on the Jarvan. Looking dominant in these plays. No blunders quite yet. Able to just respond to Bomb Man's pressure and then able to getting it back in spades at the Dragon play. And now counter ganking again and then turning into another neutral objective. So the bullets really are on the back foot, but as you mentioned, like they may just be looking to try to scale into the late game a bit. Frostside having some trouble in this Darius matchup, but completely even in CS. It's really just down to that return kill from Most that brings it back the other direction. And with the Jarvan having so much pressure, we see even now invading with Chestnut.
Okay, looks like Inferno will be able to back off safely. Knew that he was under heavy pressure from the Warwick.
Oh,
And able to just press Q. Oh, as the top side happens from Gemsy. Okay,
I missed
looks like
it.
Nico went for a play, and it's a Darius. And it did not work out.
Yep, I totally missed that one. Moss coming from behind could be trying to find Spike. Of course, going to find that reset. Teleporting back. So Moss is going to have his eyes open for this. Bomb Man is on the sides with Infinite Duress.
Bomb Man spot on a ward, so okay, and he should see Jarvan there, but Jarvan gonna go in and just nope, just gonna get out of there because he saw Warwick and doesn't want to give over his shutdown.
I knew he'd be looking for it. He saw the teleport in. He's looking for that dive.
Yep. Yep. Poor Warwick's gonna see his whole top side gone from the counter jungling that Jarvan is doing. We're now into a bit of a lull state, as they say, as no objectives are on the map.
Ooh, this could be
Lane
dangerous
is
to
just
see it
south
again.
waves.
Bomb Man approaches for an invade, and there's a huge collapse
Chestnut
over.
going in.
Moss knows this could happen. Bot lane engaged. The Eclipse
Chestnut
lands
the
directly
ultimate
onto him.
with his, yep, and the Zigzag follow-up secures the kill onto Jags. And now the bot lane getting on a roll. The top side was doing well, and the bot side has begun to answer. Everything going Buck's way so far.
Everything is turning up Bucks. 8-1 on the match so far. 3,000 gold lead. Got Bomb Man in the Tri-Brush top side. He's got Infinite Duress. He needs to try to find fixed out with the Infinite Duress. The BCB are not giving them openings.
Bell's so low.
Force low. One more Q
Bucks,
will do it.
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately Ziggs was running very low on mana, and Chestnut didn't have his engages on the Leona, so they'll call it off. But bot lane taking a reset. The Bullets do have a quick moment in time here to pressure Dragon if they want to. They have man advantage, but looks like they won't try anything. Hope gonna land the charm on Spike. Flag and Drag following up with the knockup. Spike lands a stun, but it's not enough. He will go down. Another kill onto Hope.
Yep, nicely picked up. Hope and Most finding a great duo with this Jarvan Ahri.
Interest onto the Ahri. She'll get out with the dash, but the binding lands on the Jarvan. He's gonna die and give over his shutdown to couldn't
Bomb
quite
Man
dodge the
pathing
other
back
Dragon.
into the orb. Unfortunately, will give back the other kill. But a nice pickup. There should be a lot of gold infusion off of that Jarvan counter.
Yep. Even if it was a 2-for-1 trade in Buck's favor, the shutdown gold alone should make up for that.
Offside,
You gotta
forced to flash away.
offside splash, yeah. And with both junglers dying in that exchange, they'll delay the taking Dragon a little bit longer. So we'll have to wait to see how Team Suspicion around that again.
Yep, Jack's
hovering
currently
around
in
mid
mid lane.
here.
One ward available to him. And Chestnut, sitting in the tri-brush, taking an aggressive position, has 3 wards on deck. We will soon see how this Dragon take goes. Bell chunked to mid, half HP. Chestnut on the wraparound.
Ahri doesn't have flash or ultimate. Might be caught here. It lands the charm onto Spike. Spike's got to flash the Zenith Blade. But now Warwick is in. He's sped up. Chestnut does. Oh, he does have flash, but he's going to turn around and scare off Warwick.
With no infinite duress available. Most this whole time farming his creeps. 92 to 66. Bomb Man really feeling the pressure from this these early fights. Does not have boots available to him, and I think that's going to hurt him. But having the Tiamat completed for the Stride Breaker will give him a huge boost in power. Moss just unfortunately has the luxury of also having Merc Shreds on top of that. Ooh, this could be a kill mid lane.
Ult to dodge the Qs from Spike, but Spike has no flash, so he's going to die to the Ahri ultimate. Ahri is also very accelerating ult. Well, yes, Jarvan engaged EQ in. He's going to get a disengage. No summoners burned, but a lot of damage dealt, and they should secure Dragon off of this pressure. There's Frosttide on the proxy again. But the Darius is kind of strong. He's got a completed Umos. He's going to burn the Ignite on him and ult him for the kill.
The Singed pick is, I think, going to be a divisive one. Some could say, just why'd you pick Singed? And then some would point out that Darius is quite strong into Singed. And with Most having so much pressure in the match, Gen Z has been able to stay relatively even after giving up that 1 kill. And the CS difference isn't large, but man, the ability to duel and manage the lane safely is very far in his favor. We see 1 plate left onto the Red Tide's tower, and Bell feeling Most diving him so far down the lane after stealing the enemy jungle.
Yep, that is a level. Oh, wait, actually, they were equal levels, but still, Jarvan, Flag, and Dragon on top of you with a Profane Hydra. He's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, 1,400 gold difference in the jungle.
Flash Q from Jags. Inferno responds with his own flash to escape the engage. Good looks, you know. I think support for bot lane's flash pretty good, but there's Hope again with the ult on top of the Syndra. Just going to secure that charm. Flashless Syndra going to die to that every time.
Yeah, BCB right now are in the driver's seat, 5,000 gold up. They're trying to keep the pressure up. Hope has the Malignance. He's going to be trying to use that Spirit Rush to create a pick every single time it's up. It's possible for him. Dropping the Ignite to secure the kill on a Spike, and nicely done.
Bucks having both their carries hit at the mid tower right now. They do so much damage, especially with Ziggs passive. That's going to execute. Oh, yes, it will. All the while, the rest of the Bucks are securing Herald, so gosh, there's so much turret take available to this team. They're just accelerating their gold lead so fast, and that's what they need to be doing. But they're going to look for this Frosttide up top. Oh, the Q's got to stop him, but he doesn't know! Does he not have Conqueror? Wait, what is his keystone? Oh, I can't see. If he had Conquer, he would have seen a Conquer stack, but I didn't see what his keystone was. Okay, Warwick in a 1v3 scenario, ulting in, gonna have to flash out, but Jarvan with the flash ult follow-up.
Yeah, caught out, lets him stand there for a second just for the mental impact. Everybody just rotating top after they take the neutral objective, and Bomb Man getting caught out in the Tribe Rush, unfortunately. Nice bind from Jags. We'll find some poke down on Moss, but nothing more going to come of it.
Yeah, the Jarvan is squishy. No tank items, so if he gets caught in any form of CC combo, then he will probably die. Because we did point out in the draft that the Bullets composition is very burst heavy, so if they get that pick onto a squishy member of the Bucks, they could turn a fight into their favor.
The issue is when you have a burst style team and you're sitting 14-2 on the scoreboard, it's going to be difficult to really make that impact stick.
Yeah, they have to look for heavily outmanned fights.
Yep, they're really looking for some positioning mistakes, some picks, and for BCB to overstay their welcome.
Yep. Bucks in a 1-3-1 right now. There are no objectives on the map. They basically are just waiting for Dragon Soul or Baron. Either one will probably net them the win, so they're just going to keep the pressure up on all the waves, secure as much gold as they can, accelerate their lead, and turn this into a dub. But Bullets, though, man, okay, they could be getting started on the pick. No, I don't think Morgana and Singed have enough damage to kill Darius.
Not realistically.
They're just...
But I like the idea, trying to find some pressure. Really watching for Hope and Chestnut on the bot side. Chestnut is standing on vision.
Yep. It's really going to have to come down to making sure the Bullets can have enough vision control of their own jungle to make better rotates to try and generate picks, while Bucks go for this 1-3-1 format that they've got. The Darius and Jarvan are on the opposite side of the map, but Reset coming in from Warwick, who's really their only reliable engage, means they're not going to be able to get anything in the bot side of their jungle.
1 minute now to the Dragon, and you see all the vision just now set up by Chestnut, resetting, refilling on those wards, and then coming back out immediately. As Inferno solo takes the mid tower. Finding a lot of value out of that Ziggs to be able to push. Bomb Man is completely... they know his every movement at this point in the game. So going to be watching for him here. I feel scared. He's about to come up on the vision.
Yeah.
Gonna manage
Thought
to
he might have been a little overextended there, but he'll walk away.
Yep. Was playing to his side of the wards. That's the advantage you get when your team is so far ahead. You can set up ahead of time, back, and then get more wards and still have those first three on the ground for you.
Yep, so this will be a pretty simple dragon take. All the Bullets can do right now is catch waves and try to catch up in gold and manage this gold deficit they're in. Yep, quick dragon take. And we've still got a minute until Baron. So we'll see if Bucks decide to do anything aggressive here. Quick checkup on the items. We see Jarvan a full item ahead of the Warwick. The Darius almost a full item ahead of Singed. Ahri a full item ahead of Syndra. Everyone's basically just a full item up on their lane counter opponent. So the wallet diff is massive. Warwick trying to go for some kind of counter bait, but he isn't gonna get my... Well, the top side of the jungle is spawning. Has to try to get some kind of gold, because it's all going to come down to this Baron fight in about a minute. Yep. Maybe even less, 30 seconds.
Everything for the Bullets right now is about stalling out the game so they can get at least on the even item tier. Right now, Bell's sitting at 1 completed item. If they can get him onto the second item tier before Inferno is able to reach the third, those are the kind of breakpoints that can let you be able to take the fight. But right now, it's a full item down in the jungle, full item, half an item off at least in the top lane. Mid lane has 2 completed items with 10 stacks on Darksteel. It is dire for the Bullets.
Yep. So the Baron spawns. Chestnut resetting for more wards to secure vision control over this Baron dead.
Instantly.
Ooh, he's not quite tanky. He's going to want Darius to tank this for him, because he's already at half HP. He could...
Stalling for team. Everybody, where are you at? It's 20 minutes. It's time to do Baron. Everybody knows that.
Bullets are in their own blue side jungle right now instead, but there are no Bucks members there to pick off. All 5 of them.
They really can't take a 5v5 team fight. They have to try to find like some scaling, some time to get those item break points. And the pressure is on honestly, BCB to keep it up.
If I was Warwick, I would have just yeeted myself into Baron Pit and hoped for a steal. Oh, insult to injury. Singe burns flash while still getting hit with the Bluetooth Darius ultimate. Unfortunate.
It's such a fun ability. Mosh could go down here.
Ooh. Oh, but the flag and drag buffer through a root. Don't you love that interaction?
I do. I love Jarvan. He's my first hero. I'm excited to play in the Classic.
Okay.
He's the same
That bomb
because he's
gone for
perfect.
True. It is a little tangent here, but it is funny playing some champs in Classic and realizing the kit is basically the same.
Yep.
For
some
some
kits are
picks,
just perfect.
Yeah, like Amumu, the only change he's had is an extra charge on his Q.
Yep. W's seen touch. Everything's seen balanced touches over time, but that extra charge is really like that. Just what it took.
Okay, stun from Syndra onto Gemsy. He's
Three down
very
here.
tanky
Infinite
though,
duress.
but there's the infinite duress. Yep, they are going to secure shutdown. It's going to go to the Warwick, who honestly, as their front line, needs everything he can to survive. And Corky wasn't there to pick up, but he's going to have to flash out because there's Hope on the Ahri. Oh my gosh, there's so much residual damage going down. He's just going to accidentally kill Morgana. Lost going to flag and drag towards Singed, but not go for anything.
Like the initiative to go find a pick out, Darius was definitely too far up, but then walking into the jungle, unfortunately, they will be run down by Hope with 6-0, now 8-0 after the play. And the Bucks tapped down the resistance that BLT was showing. Frostside should be opened up now that Darius is off the map to be able to try to shove down some of these lanes, but the Baron is going to make it impossible for him to clear them. So he's going to have to try to mosey off the top lane and try to get some prio for his team.
Yep, that Singed causing a little bit of issues around the map, but the Bucks will answer properly and use this Baron buff to potentially break some inhibitor turrets. They've been slowed down by Singe's pressure, but those 2 kills should alleviate some of that. But
All
I
man
don't
is out
think...
in the jungle. Hope has Spirit Rush back available. That's that Malignance and that level advantage. Playing to his strengths. 3 dragons were 1 minute away from Dragon's Soul.
I'm surprised the Bucks didn't get more with this Baron buff. I think they, with the 2 kills, they could have easily pressured down some inhibitor turrets, but they're being very cautious, which I don't want to fault them too much for. They are kind of, you know, squishy on their carries and don't want to give over any more shutdown gold. But I guess playing for Dragon Soul is also not too bad of an idea.
I think they're just... I do think that they should have taken more with this Baron. But after the pick onto Gemsy, I think they were a little bit slow on the push up. Just decided to play it safe for themselves.
Could be going for
BCB
a bush
are
chase
here early again to the Dragon, as they should be. Chestnut separated off, but Hope and Inferno ready to reinforce.
Yeah, they're just doing the same setup they did for the last Dragon. Just getting vision control in the blue side jungle. Their Baron buff has worn off, so their ability to wave clear not very high. Bomb man's caught. Ooh, he's gonna ult out. Look at
Keeps him
Zigzag
alive,
for it.
which is better than being dead, but man, that infinite duress, they need it for these team fights.
Ooh, Hope lands the charm onto Spike. Spike will flash out, but that's more than worth. Ultra flash, you take that every day. And that's Soul. There, over to the Bucks. So, 1 more Baron, and I think they end the game. If they
BCB
play
are
it
not
cleanly.
leaving holes open for the bullet to take advantage of. They're shooting some shots, but unfortunately they are sometimes connecting, but sometimes it's almost friendly fire at the end of the play. And Hope going to be looking for a charm, tossed out by Frostside.
Stunned by Spike. Oh, but he's going to get counter engaged on by the super fed Jarvan, who's then going to ult and flash out to keep himself safe.
Nearly
But-
finding a kill there.
Yeah.
The
Spike
bounty,
almost had
a
it.
kill down onto Hope would go far after he's purchased now his Medjais. Has 10 stacks, but has not been able to progress past that quite yet. And has 1,000 gold to whoever manages to claim his head. 0-5 and 0-5 on both of our mid laners for the Bullets so far. Having a tough start to the season, but still, if they can pick up that 1,000 gold, there are avenues back into this game. It's just really going to be reliant on the Bucks making some misplays. If they choose to stay together and don't leave any openings as they have been, it's going to be impossible for the Bullets.
Oh my god, he erased Bomb Man. Okay. That was disturbing. He goes for the flash follow onto the Nico, but Hope is there to finish the kill.
Yep, donating over 2 stacks to the Medjais for Hope. Gemsy going to be giggling after that one. Burns his
By
flash
stun,
ignite.
dodge the Morgana route, gets hit by a bunch of damage, he's going to have to flash and ult out.
Yeah, the Unleashed
Nearly
Power coming
game over,
out
shut down.
maybe just a little early. One more ball could have done it, but it does connect down. and they at least come away without giving up any more deaths on the play.
Yep, they didn't give up any summoners of their own and got Aria's Flash. That is worth it. It's further stall tactics, and that's really all Bullets can do in this situation.
It's stall tactics, but man, Gemsy with that Flash Ignite 1v2 in the top side is a menace on this Darius, and after pulling 2 bans in the first round, we may see some contests for the Darius ban. Mr. First Blood himself, and not giving up and ending up 2-2, playing a little bit more conservatively this time. Now, vision down on the Bomb Man. He will not be able to collect his red buff. He will go down, and Hope finds another one. 9-0, 16 stacks.
And let's see, Baron spawning as they kill the enemy jungler, so you know they'll be taking that one for free. I doubt Bullets will have much to say about it. They could go for something crazy. Honestly, I think they should. I think you just need to absolutely send it at Baron here. You lose the game if you don't get a steal. But
Yep.
Bucks are so far ahead, they'll just go that. It says they'll just go for a pick onto a flashless Gemsy in the bot lane.
It just realistically is impossible for them to really find a pick there. They don't have the kit to do it. They can at least try to find one on the Gemsy. They will do so 1v4. Thankfully, that's enough, and he doesn't pick up a return on the play.
Almost did, but the Darius E just barely missed. So now Bucks are going to siege onto the mid tower. They have the Ziggs on 3 items. Jarvan EQing in onto the Corki. He'll Valk out. Hope trying to follow up. He'll get feared by Warwick, and the shutdown goes over to him. Corki trying to determine the damage.
Huge play!
Jarvan is going very low. He's going to die too, but the Ziggs Q will finish off the Corki. But huge shutdowns going over to Bullets.
Flash out of Inferno, and that's the hazard with that dive.
Yep. When you run the Assassin Jarvan, either you kill everyone on your first jump in, or you die and you lose.
Yeah, drop back down now to 10 stacks on the Ahri, and
slow.
Frostide wants the ace.
Flash. He's not going to have enough damage to finish off the Ziggs, though.
Inferno will happily waddle away, but Frostide and Jags have their eyes on these champion bounties. They said, we cleared the clock. 700 gold bounty still sitting on Inferno, but outside of that, so much gold infused over to them there. It's still a 9,000 gold lead, but now picking up a bounty. Darius is going to pick up Frostide. Jags, you need to start running, or you're going to give up over another one. That's a classic LCC overstay.
Yep, I was just about to say it.
That's right.
Frostide, swaps to a solo lane and instantly succumbs to the curse.
It's a classic. I think Bullets have been struggling to find their footing, and it feels like BCB have just been working the tempo, moving side to side. Gemsy has been the sole pit place where Bucks have managed to find some takebacks as they've picked him off in the side lanes a couple times. But in the same breath, he also found the 1v2 in those same side lane situations. So it's setting up now for a 1-3-1 with Moss in the jungle. I think he needs to go ahead and either push out that wave and get down there. But we got to get things moving. BCB are still in the driver's seat, but a great stall out from BLT keeps their hopes alive in game 1. Black Shield lost the charm.
Gets Flash out of it. Oh, but the Infinite Duress onto Hope. He's going to get pulled out of it by Gemsy, and then he'll do more than enough damage to clean up, saving his mid laner. He's so fast, and his ult just deletes half your HP bar. He's going to even go for Spike. Does not dodge the knockback. Look at Spin because the pull. Oh, but he gets ulted, and my game has just closed.
Your game has just closed. It's okay. I've got it with us. I'm still watching. We have Chestnut and Frostide up in the top side. Hope finding the charm connecting onto Singed. Will be looking for his runaway. Does not have Flash. Flash forward out of Moss onto Spike. Will connect with the ultimate Cataclysm. Frostide managing to survive Hope's damage down onto him. Spike escaping as well, but BCB have their eyes on the prize, pushing down to the tower now as Chestnut tries to cancel Frostide's reset. Will not be able to do so as he teleports back to get back to defend his base. Bomb Man sitting in the fountain. We have... I'm kind of shocked that BLT managed to defend yet another push out of Bucks. I think the Bucks, with the advantage they've had, should have ended this game 5 minutes ago. And I think that it's a mixture of nerves and that they don't want to overstay their welcome. But now with the Elder Dragon spawning, surely this will spell the end for the match, as BCB have already so much damage coming out. Hope and Moss should be able to pop out anybody that they want. Frostide has a lot of HP, but there's just so much damage coming across from BCB, and Inferno has the pushing power to make sure that this Nexus goes down.
Yeah, I cannot reconnect, is all I'll say. So I don't know if you're able to share your screen on Discord or something. I don't know, because I can't. I can hear the game still happening. This is so bizarre. I've never seen the spectator bug before. Okay, there we go.
See if that works.
Yes, I can see the spectator now. Okay. All right, so final siege onto the last inhib remaining for bullets. Gemzy is just unstoppable at this point. He does so much damage. He's gonna flash. He's gonna try to go for the kill onto Bell. Won't get it. He'll get forced away. But Bucks are closing in. The rest of the team has followed up. Bombman gonna go down to the Elder kill. Elder buff, and Moss going in for the engage. All of them falling to the Elder buff. That should be it for bullets. Bucks will take this win as, oh no, Chested dies the turret, but it's all good. That'll be it.
GG to the Bucks. Everybody go Bucks. Unfortunately, Bullets are unable to recapture their greatness from the finals, but the Bucks are going to be happy to come away with a win from that one after going home with a loss in the finals last season.
Yes, the Bucks get their revenge. It may only be a regular season game, but they'll gotta get your licks in where you can.
That's right. I'm very excited that we have our results from game one. I need to step away for the bathroom, so I'm going to throw us to a short break, and then we'll be back in just a few. All right. See you soon, everybody. All right, Kalka, you ready to get back into it? All right, Kalka, we ready to get back into it?
I sure am.
Sweet. Let's chat a little bit about that game, and then we will get into the next one. How do you think things went? I think, unfortunately, the Bullets really just never able to get their feet under them from the start. And then Most able to make some great plays on the Jarvan. I think Jarvan, we know, is a playmaker. I really regret some of the mistakes early game, but it hurts so much to see when you're one camp away from level 6 and you don't take that extra step, because that infinite arrest would have made all the difference. And I think from there, it really felt like it kept snowballing further and away from the Bullets. Finding some great stalls, but just having way too much of a lead to be able to claw that one back.
Yeah, really saw the jungle lead really get out of control there. Jarvan was counter jungling and invading quite a lot, and just really cementing his gold lead. And then the Darius into Singed counter pick was just really well played by Gemsy, and Hope also just played the Ahri into Singed matchup really well. And when the top side just gets that far ahead, and your ADC is Ziggs, that just lets Leona join in on the fun, and they just get to roam as a death squad, just shutting down everything you want to do. And so that's really all it came down to, was just a few early picks going the Bucks' way, and then their composition allowed them to accelerate that gold lead.
I think it's unfortunate when things shake out like that, but you got to feel good for the Bucks. BCB coming out week 1, swinging and showing that Most is one to watch out for, as the rumors have told. And Gemsy as well, continuing his reign of terror for First Bloods in the top side, starting out the game strong, making the most of that counter pick. We've seen a history of counter picks not having the greatest success within the LCC, but even from the blue side, taking the Darius counter pick into the Singed and really showing us why that is a tough matchup, even for pros.
Yep. There was a really nice play that I think we just missed it on the broadcast, but that first blood was just a really nice outplay by Gemsy to get himself that early lead and just keep snowballing it.
Yeah, well played to him, but I think we need to put that one in the rearview mirror as we get ready to look at our third match of the night. We have the Targon Titans versus the Zon Plague. Both have not come to the stage yet. 0-0, of course, for Season 5. But do you have any initial thoughts on these teams before we get into the rundown?
Let's see. So, Zon is without their star player for these first couple weeks. They're missing Crispy, who's away on vacation. So we'll see if their substitute Izzy can fill his shoes. But that team is definitely gonna be kind of the Crispy show for this season. We have a couple of unknowns in Griff and Leroy, two good friends of mine. So I kind of know what they do, but trust me, they're washed. Don't worry about them. They're bad.
All right, heard.
So, yep. No, I kid. I just like to give them crap sometimes.
No, give them heck.
No,
that's the advantage of being on the broadcast.
Yep, they can't respond. They could respond in Twitch chat, but I'm not reading that.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and give the rundown for the Targon Titans then, and then you can talk about your friends.
No, it's all good. I'm looking forward to both these teams and seeing what they've got. But yeah, it's for Targon specifically. We have the return of let's see, Frank and Minty for that team. Their last season was a bit rocky, so they have a lot to prove in this next one. But I think they should have what it takes.
Yep, we have Frankward in the top side for the Targon Titans. Aztec in the jungle of returning veteran. I think all across here we don't have any rookies on the Targon Titans, so a rarity sometimes. But Frankward, a veteran of one season. Aztec has been here since the beginning. Minty has played several seasons. Formerly a leader of the Hope fan club. I'm not sure what he was doing there tonight, but it definitely was working. Carly returning as well, one of our most successful marksmen in the bot lane, and the Crimson Yoni returning for support.
Yep. Then over on Zon, we have TJ returning as well. Then, as I mentioned, Griffin Leroy, 2 rookies in jungle and mid. Then Izzy as a short-term contract replacement for Crispy. And then another rookie in support, we have McDonald's 4 for 4. So a lot of rookies on this squad. 4 tonight, actually.
Yep. As you mentioned, we have Crispy normally is in Izzy's spot on the marksman role. And so Izzy, big shoes to fill for tonight. Zon Plague going to have potentially a rough start to the season, playing with a short-term contract player in lieu of their star marksman. But hopefully they are able to pull it together tonight and give us a match, as we have Targon Titans facing off against the Zon Plague for Game 2 of the evening, which will be Game 3 of the week, but, you know, as it goes.
Yes, they've got a tall task in front of them, because Targon, as you said, bunch of returning veterans who all in their own right did look very good, and it really is the veterans versus the rookies in this match. So
Getting some
let's
stuff
see.
set up behind the scenes, so give me a moment.
I'll keep chatting. So stuff to look out for in top lane's matchup. Both have shown propensity towards a tank weak side playstyle, with Frank Ward being known for his Gangplank and Urgot, which were banned almost every single game last season. In jungle, you've got Azek, as mentioned, a returning veteran. Also, definitely more of that utility tank playstyle in most of his picks. He's got a few outliers here and there, but Skarner, one of his notable ones. Griff is relatively new to League. He's been playing for a few years, and he's fallen in love with Briar. So we'll see if that gets let through. And then mid lane, of course, you've got Minty, veteran of the League. He's got plenty of controlled mage picks he can play. And Leroy, relatively new, but he does have a history of competitive Dota. So if he loses, then we'll know that League is better than Dota. And we'll have settled that argument for everyone for all time.
I mean, that's just not true on the front, but that's fine.
No, I've played a bit of Dota myself. It's actually quite fun. Yep. And then
I kind of think it's a better game, but my friends play League, and I'm not going to expect somebody to learn Dota.
Yeah, just, oh man, so many crazy hero interactions over there. In, like, the macro, like, just the game knowledge you need to have. I think they said the running joke was like the first 3,000 hours you play are the tutorial.
It's like that. I love Dota, but it is quite the game.
Yep. Yes, and so then bot lane for Targon, Carly and Yoni. Interesting pairing. I think Yoni is more of an enchanter playstyle, but he is known for some wacky picks here and there. Was he the one who played Lissandra support? Or am I misremembering? I don't know. Maybe someone will correct me. I don't know. It's the internet. I will be corrected. And Carly is definitely the hypercarry savant, but he has been known to pick mages from time to time. We'll see what he's got. And unfortunately, I've not done my homework. I've not done a bunch of research on Izzy and McDonald's, so it'll be a surprise for you and me. Or I say you direct towards the audience, because I'm going to find out what he's got in store as well. Okay. So, I know it's 5 minutes before the start time. Should we kill some more air, or?
No, we're good to fill. We got things. We can.
Okay.
We've kind of covered our things. We can talk about whatever you'd like. If you got a topic, we can bring it out the chat. What does the chat have to say? I can shout out Ark's Flag Runner. Shout out to Ark's Flag Runner. Subscribe with Prime. Thank you very much. You can always go throw your subscriptions in. It's best to do it at the beginning of the season. You'll get the most value as we go throughout the season. We are now dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so you can check out the Discord for links to the YouTube. I don't have it posted in the Twitch anywhere, I don't think, yet. But we'll get there. Yeah.
Right. So, Let's see.
What do you got for me, Adam?
What have I got for you? Gosh, what
What do you
should I
got?
shout out? Um,
Shout out Dr. Pepper.
anyone? Yeah, shout out Dr. Pepper. Shout out to the Mind the Gap podcast with Vetty and Jat. Been watching that a lot. So go subscribe for good League of Legends content, talking about professional stuff. I know such big time content creators as ourselves helping out the little guy as professional broadcasters, but it's just league content I've been enjoying.
It's just the kind of people we are. We're just, pro bono, helping out the needy.
Yeah. Yep. I think something I'm looking forward to this season is with the new draft system that we've implemented. I'm interested to see what the parity of all the teams is. I think we've had a couple of slightly one-sided games, but first week can't really judge too much. But I think it's going to be very interesting. I think the teams, when I saw the announcements, all seemed very balanced on paper. So with a bit of a, as I know I keep harping on poor Izzy, we see, as you said, big shoes to fill. But Crispy was on Zon because of the rest of the team's slightly lower point value. So they've got quite a bit to prove to show that their low point value was wrong. They actually deserve more.
Yeah, that was one thing we said at the end of the draft. Is if you didn't like your point value, go prove us wrong. Something to remember as well is that if you have had a rough seasons in the past, your point value goes down to give you a buff, make you cheaper. It is not good. It is not to your advantage to have high point value. There's less available for the rest of your team, right?
Yeah. On one hand, you could be happy that you have a lower point value because they're sweet, that means I get better teammates. But on the other hand, it's how dare you say I'm only worth X amount of points? I'm clearly worth X plus 30. But yeah, I think we've got everyone in the lobby, and we're hitting 9 o'clock. So let's see.
Is prepared. We will be getting into draft momentarily, I believe.
Yep, just waiting on the Zon Plague.
What's up, Dijon Mustard?
Oh yeah, where Gamba, was that paid out for last game?
Yep, I paid it out.
All right, sweet.
Did you redeem your SIP check from Aztec?
My SIP check?
You have to. You are also beholden to the people's SIP checks as well.
Oh shoot! I don't have Twitch chat pulled up. I'm a bad
What?
broadcaster.
That's the one thing we gotta have. That's where the people are at.
Yep.
People are talking to you, Kolka. They said we were pretty. People like us.
Oh shucks. No, when I'm on this throne of broadcast booth, I don't talk to the commoners.
That's right.
Anyway, here we are into the draft. We see Jax banned from Zon, and Briar coming out first from Targon. Targeting Griff. Gangplank gone as well, making sure Frank doesn't get his highest mastery pick.
Jax is real terror sometimes. But yeah, Briar taken away, as you mentioned. TJ's Malphite going to be taken away, his most successful pick so far in the LCC. We also see commonly a lot of Cho'Gath, so that's one to keep our eye out for. And the Xayah going to be taken away out of the hands of Izzy.
Oh, that's Carly's Xayah. But
Yeah,
they're good.
Oh.
Yes, Zon banned.
I missed a thing.
Nope, I'll let you fix that while I talk about picks and bans here. So Hui also gone. That let's see. So Targon gonna ban that away from Leroy, and they're picking away the Urgot from Frank. They did let it through, and they're gonna take it away. So I'll be interested to see where that Urgot goes. I would assume top, but I don't think TJ plays Urgot, so it could be mid lane. We'll have to wait and see. But already, some shenanigans. I was promised shenanigans, and now I'm getting them. I'm very pleased.
Always nice to get
We'll
the
see 'em.
promised shenanigans.
Yep. Mordekaiser response. If the shenanigans are what I think they are, I don't think that Mordekaiser is going into Urgot. But there's Aztec's Skarner that he'll be able to secure. So already some beefy boys picked up by Targon, they'll have a pretty solid front line, and they'll have to get the carries to back it up. Maokai gonna be locked in for Zon. I think that is support. It could be, well, again, I don't think TJ plays Maokai, and I don't think Griff plays Maokai, so I think that's where that's going, and it does pair nicely with Misfortune. Maokai, Misfortune, good ults to layer on top of each other. Maokai ult to lock them in place, Misfortune ult to blow them to pieces. Now we'll see what the Titans will respond with in their R3 pick before they decide to proceed on to some more bans. They'll respond with Tristana. Carly, well known for this. I believe he's gotten himself a penta on this champion. So good answer for himself.
Got myself turned around because our presentation was accidentally backwards. So I have the teams corrected now on the draft screen. Everybody can see the right things. Thanks for covering me for a sec. So we've got that. I am very interested about the Urgot takeaway because I think that's a great call out. That's definitely what's happening here. And then the immediate Mordekaiser answer. So you have to imagine that he's going to be pretty familiar with the counter picks to his main. And curious to see how TJ does in the top side, who's historically been quite a passive top laner. And I think Urgot really rewards you going for some of those engages.
Yeah, so Silas banned as well. And I'm not sure if you picked up what I mentioned while you were correcting some of the stream things there, but I think this might be an Urgot mid lane. So if they're banning Silas, and that's an Urgot, yeah, he has a decent grasp of a lot of champions. So I'm wondering if that was some trick he had up his sleeve that he's been practicing in the shadows, away from prying eyes.
Could be.
Yep. There's okay. So Mel banned. That is probably targeted towards Minty because I'm not sure if that's a Yoni pick. Mundo also gone. I think they've caught on that. Oh wait, no, Griff does play Mundo. So, but it is a kind of 2-for-1 ban because TJ and Griff can both play it. So good value ban there that I do like. And Mundo's something that could be a problem. And so with the final ban being Swain, another target towards Minty, how will Titans resume the picks here?
What if it's Urgot
support?
I don't think so, right?
I doubt it because of the Maokai. Yeah. And I don't think Maokai is going top or jungle. As I said, I unfortunately have not done my homework, so I don't know what McDonald's 4-for-4 likes to play. But Maokai is a most commonly associated with the support role. And speaking of support, we have Leona as a potential answer to the Maokai. Leona Tristana, very aggressive. So that's 2 melee supports into each other and 2 ADCs that have pretty good spikes in the early game. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of...
The Carly Tristana paired with the Crimson Yoni Leona, I think is a killer lane to watch out for. Carly is, I would say, I consider Tristana to be his signature pick. And Annie, this is a rare pick for the LCC, and another Warwick comes out. Imagine for Griff. But let's take a second look here. So this should be Annie mid lane, Urgot top, Maokai. Who's Misfortune? Maokai? Warwick jungle? Yeah, I imagine so.
So TJ also plays Warwick, so I think that flex is still there. I think with the Annie lock-in, it's less likely because I don't see Annie going much of anywhere else, and we'll see Orianna as the final pick to round out the draft. So pretty obvious where all of Titan's picks are going. We'll have to see what Zon decide to do, and that Urgot is currently in the support role. Okay. And that's Maokai in jungle. Wow,
it was
good
the Urgot
shout.
Support. It's a weird one. I don't support it. It feels like the same level of risk as Camille support, but here we are, and it may work out for them. There's definitely not going to be very much practice on the side of Crimson Yoni and Carly into this exact matchup, and there's a lot of potential to find picks out. But the Tristana Leona, I think, is just a classic power duo in the bot lane, and yeah, I think that's going to be happy for them. Aztec on his signature Skarner pick. Frank Ward pushed onto Mordekaiser after having his top 2 picks taken away, and then Urgot picked away. So this is going to be interesting matchup. Who do you favor? As I go get the prediction up.
So, Titan's composition is just easier to play straight up. You have stock standard front to back with a control mage mid and loads of CC at your disposal. The Plague have a very volatile set of matchups in both top and bot lane. Top because it's Warwick into Mordekaiser, and that one can be spicy. I was actually completely by chance duo queuing with TJ the other day, and he played Warwick into Mordekaiser twice, and while it was mostly going his way, there were some situations where where Mordekaiser could definitely get an advantage. And so the other thing I'm thinking about is this Urgot into Leona. Now, Urgot E has some very interesting and unique buffering interactions. So if Leona goes for a Zenith Blade, Urgot just presses E, immunes the root, and then Leona offers herself up to getting suplexed by the Urgot E.
Ooh.
And yes,
I
so
don't think I've seen that interaction. At least not in a long time.
because you don't see Urgot support into Leona very often, but also Urgot is not a very popular pick in general. So that could be something to look out for. We'll see if McDonald's can pull this off in the bot lane. He's taken the burden upon himself to say, I can pilot this niche pick, and you guys won't know what to do about it. So kudos to him for being brave enough to try it out in week 1. But what about you? What's something that stands out to you as when you look at this draft?
I'd see TJ pushed off of Malphite, and then rather than falling back straight to the Cho'Gath as we typically see, we see him go out to the Warwick, who he's got a history on. We've seen that in the past. But definitely I consider Cho'Gath to be his more consistent top lane pick, and so I'm curious to see that one. They do use the Urgot, I think, in round 1 to perhaps try to bait out Frankward. I don't know if that was successful or not. But the Mordekaiser does come out immediately, and so they have plenty of time to be able to answer and try to get TJ a successful lane. I'm watching for Orianna into Annie. Orianna should have all the pressure she wants in the world into Annie, but it's all about that level 6. You come in with that Maokai Twisted Advance, and Annie takes us a little bit of locked, can get in range with the Tivers, and Orianna's going to go down. As
Yes,
always, I think I'm watching Aztec on Skarner, and so I think we're going to be keeping an eye on level 1s in the bot side and where our junglers start, as always.
Yep. So into the loading screen now. We'll get to see that very soon. I guess my one question about Zaun's composition is I don't understand the Annie pick. Now, I know they had to blind their mid lane pick, but I feel like Annie is especially vulnerable. I mean, so is Orianna, but to these jungle ganks and roams from support. And I think they already had plenty of lockdown in their composition. They had the Maokai, Urgot, and Warwick. So I think Annie is just a bit of diminishing returns, so to speak. So I don't fully agree with it, but maybe he's... no, I still have...
Okay, cool. We're both black
my...
screen. Cool.
Yep, I'm on a black screen, so...
We'll see how that goes.
I hope it fixes itself. I wonder if... So I know that the League client has had some issues. Okay, now I'm in the loading screen. All right. Don't have to worry about that. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, maybe I spoke too soon. That will...
When we get in there, gonna go ahead and hit plus and then zoom forward.
Oh, that's right, because we do have to sync the times up. That's right.
It's annoying, but yeah, just hit plus once, and then I'm gonna let it play until we get to live, and I'll slow it down to live if we have any action unfold. But hopefully we will catch back up to live before that happens. And we are going to be entering into our last game of the night. I'm excited.
Yes, so I'm trying to see here. I'm taking a glance at the runes. I don't see anything too out of the ordinary. I see Leroy has gone for the electrocute on Annie. but has taken teleport instead. So kind of opposite goals for rune and summoner spell choices. I probably would have gone for the Stormators or something maybe a bit more defensive if you want to go with the teleport, or if you want to go with the electrocute, the take a more aggressive summoner. But I see lethal tempo on Misfortune. So going for the more on-hit style as opposed to lethality, which I guess makes sense because there's not a whole lot of sustained DPS in Zaan's comp. Warwick can do it in skirmishes, but as for a team fight, not really his thing.
TJ
But
camping
we
out
see
in the top bush.
junglers. Yeah. We see junglers starting on the same side of the map, so they will meet in bot river at about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Here we go. These top and bot matchups are going to be the most volatile. To keep an eye on them the closest. Nothing too crazy happened so far. Just a quick check. Are you at 120?
Yep, we're looking good.
Okay, so we are in sync. Okay. Let's see. Bot lane for Zaan has the push so far. Orianna gets the level 2 first over Annie and gets the better of that trade. Good damage, forces Annie to burn a potion.
Yep, nothing really to write home about coming out of the woodworks just yet. I think you're right calling out that first scuttle. We may see some contest between Aztec and Griff. Depends on how it'll be interesting to see how their team responds, as nice poke coming out of Minty in the early pressure.
Yes, I believe that is one of the strengths of Orianna into Annie, is that Orianna's trade pattern is longer range than Annie's, so she is free to get her damage off in that matchup. TJ gets the level 3 spike over Mordekaiser, but won't be able to get any advantage of that. Looks like junglers are both matching pace in their clears. Uh-oh, scuffle on the top side. Barrier forced out of TJ, while the ignite is used by Frank. TJ low, uses the fear, gets the fear off. Frank is going to go down! TJ with the flash to secure the kill and will get out scot-free. So first blood to TJ in this Warwick versus Mordekaiser matchup. Again, the better
Another
of Frank.
first blood going over the top side.
But here we see Aztec, he's going for the gank, forces the flash out of Misfortune. He's going to get CC down, exhaust. Izzy's going to run away, but not successfully. He'll go down to Tristana. Carly gets the resets on W. McDonald is going to fall shortly as well. Aztec got low, but not low enough. That's a double over to Carly's Tristana.
That's great. That's the start that you're looking for on the side of Targon. Carly Bay Jepsen 2-0 in the bot side after a successful gank from Aztec. TJ finding the one-on-one solo bolo in the top side, showing that he's making the best of this counter pick opportunity he's had to go for Warwick instead of that Cho'Gath.
Griff looking mid. He's pretty pushed. Leroy doesn't have stun quite available yet. Griff will go with the flash, or go for the engage. Minty tries to flash away, but the root follows. Stun from Annie, gets the kill with that electrocute. So successful gank from Griff to answer Aztecs in the bot lane.
Yep, there's not a lot of damage coming out of Annie and Maokai just yet, but that's a lot of CC, and it manages to lock them down in time to get that electrocute. And Minty will teleport back, but burns flash on the play as well.
Yeah, so that's a flashless Orianna, and both Annie and Maokai kept their flashes. TJ going for another aggressive trade on the top side onto Frank. He's in an enemy minion wave and he's kind of low, but he's Warwick, so he likes those odds.
Barrier is down for him. Barrier working out well for him against that in that 1v1 for Frankward. Got that lethal tempo, but does need to make sure his health doesn't get too low or could get picked out by Frank.
Yes, Frank did keep his flash despite going down, so he could go for something spicy if the opportunity presents itself. Both junglers low, opening back up onto the map in their top side. Frank is in a little bit of a precarious position. We see Griff could be walking up here. He looks like he's thinking about it, but he'll give himself away by hitting the Scryers. But he'll also spot Aztec, but they're still convening up there. Looks like they're going for a fight anyway. Aztec gonna charge in, get the stun onto Maokai. He'll dash away. TJ needs to help him out. We're fighting Fear going on to the
ultimates quite yet. TJ's level up, but he's down HP. Frankward on the chase. He's got the passive ticking onto TJ. He's decided to turn and fight. Doesn't have anything up to get away, and he will
Hot lane,
die.
root onto Izzy. Tristana gonna jump in. Izzy's gonna go down again. He has no flash. He has Burns Berry, but it's not gonna keep him alive. Yoni goes for the flash stun onto McDonald's, but he'll flash away himself, keep himself alive. But that's Izzy going down again, being punished for not having flash.
3-0 now on the Tristana as we have it.
Gets Leroy's flash. Sorry, there's action happening all 3 lanes, one right
Yeah.
after the other.
We've also got Aztec now potentially looking for a dive onto Leroy, who's low with no flash. He has stun available, so going to be looking to try to watch for that to end, and we have Griff just over the wall. Will he be able to reinforce in time?
He'll spot Griff is in the area, so that will dissuade them from pursuing any kind of mid lane dive.
One more QW combo from
Really
Minty
low.
Bun will pick up that kill. Now Griff on the rotate over. Leroy is going to be in so much danger if they decide to go for an engage. He will almost certainly die, even if they pick up the 1-for-1.
Yep, Leroy's too low. Even if Maokai was to flash W, that would probably be certain death for the Annie, even if you tried to follow up.
Aztec looking for Leroy, not going to find anything. And TJ on the rotate down, he has infinite turrets available. Will decide to just turn back around. Successfully avoids all of the vision on the top side by going through the tri-brush and walking in the jungle. Dragon up now, and Aztec watching it over towards it.
Yeah, both junglers are in the area. The Titans have bot prio, though, so they would be able to secure this if they wanted to. Nothing going to happen yet so far.
Yep, I'm watching for where this infinite duress goes down between TJ and Frankward. Of course, Spectator loves to look at the top lane because always trading with each other. But I think the action is really going to be crucial in the bot side as we have the dragon spawn, and both of these teams are clearly looking towards it.
Yeah, it looks like Griff posturing for vision around the objective. Wants to try to get that under control. Oh, he gets the W onto Orianna. Still has no flash, but Leroy is not quite in range. He's going to go for the ultimate on Orianna. And that should be a stun follow-up from Leroy. There's looking at the kill onto Minty Bun. He'll go down, but we'll see if Zong can take advantage of that.
Yep, that's a great game.
There was a lot used. Aztec gonna try to retaliate. He's gonna charge into Maokai, get him something against the wall, but it's early game Skarner, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. He does have ultimate, while Annie and Maokai do not. And because of Titan's bot lane prio, they're forced to back away.
Yeah, Tibbers still has been already cast, but provides a lot of damage in these long team fights, and not so much available with Minty walking back from the gray screen simulator. Carly Bay Jepsen, 3 kills. They're looking for more, but not going to find anything. Is he able to dodge out the Eclipse? And this whole time, Aztec is trying to take this jungle, this dragon, I imagine, but ends up just taking a scuttle. I'm going to move back over to reverse clear. As he's Griff taking the time to get a purchase in.
Yeah, since it's Mountain Dragon and both junglers are tanks, neither of them can really kill it very fast. And so that's a huge time commitment, which makes both of them very hesitant to try anything unless they have complete control over the bot river. So it looks like they'll focus their attention towards grubs instead.
I think I like this more. It makes sense. We saw a lot of time spent down there, and if it was, if they spent any longer down there, I think it would be just a mistake from both sides. There's camps up to take. There is a neutral objective in the top side that's easier for them to secure. And TJ keeping the creep wave on his side as Frankward pushes. Going to be down about 15 CS as Targon secure the first neutral objective of the game.
Yep. TJ very low. Nope, he's still just gonna trade back and forth. It's Warwick. He can stay alive basically forever in a 1v1. So there you go. The first neutral goes over to Titans. We'll still have to wait and see about this dragon and who's going to start the dragon stacking. But both teams currently just content to farm up their resources. We have summoners down on just Carly and Leroy. Oh, and McDonald's. So bit de-incentivized as TJ going in for a fight onto Mordekaiser. They'll ult each other. TJ's going to go very low. He's burned the barrier. Does he have the sustain? Ooh! Yes, he does. He gets another solo kill onto Frank in the top lane.
You guys say the line.
Which one?
Solo Bolo.
Solo Bolo. Oh, that's right, Solo Bolo. Okay, yeah, sorry. We have a lot of references. I'm still new to this. I gotta keep up.
It's no need to apologize. You just have to say the things. So now Solo Bolo, the top side, going over to TJ. It's on the knife's edge, but he does come away with the pickup. Carly taking a tower shot. But sitting quite pretty in the bot lane. He's 3-0 compared to the 0-2 for Izzy, and sitting up roughly 20 CS, almost 30 CS now. McDonald's
item as well.
Trying to clear out some vision to set up Griff, and Crimson Yoni dropping another ward will be will not be chewed up by the Urgot passive, unfortunately. So Griff gonna reveal himself, and Targon will know to back away.
Yep. Still, they're being very contentious around this dragon. Still waiting for someone to make a misstep for a fight to unfold, and then one team can take.
And it could be McDonald's as Aztec and Carly are in.
Splash away. So that could be the misstep that Targon are looking for to secure this first dragon. Wait and see.
Okay, you've got to be excited for this first team fight to come down, as we have 2 team fight squads built up and set up on this dragon. 4 for 4. Ooh,
all summoners
both teams
available
have
except
vision.
for the Urgot Flash.
And we have the engage coming through.
Oh, Leonel is going to whiff, but Root's going down onto Targa. McDonald's is in, but he's very squishy, and he's going to die. Misfortune isn't going to catch anything. Leroy's got the flash away. Dragon secured by Griff. So 1 kill already going over. Perhaps a second. Does Tristan have the jump? No, she's going to flash for the follow. So that's 2 kills for Targon. But this Plague do get Dragon.
Epic. Yoni on the bottom side, I think, fell off of our spectator view, but cancels the Misfortune ulti. At least forces it to end. And Targon come away with the advantage in kills, but don't pick up the dragon. So they're going to be, I think, relatively happy with that one. They're coming away with the gold advantage on the play. And will be able to contest these dragons later. Zon Plague going to be happy that at least they have the dragon as a consolation and didn't lose that as well.
McDonald's going in on Yoni. He might draw tower aggro here. The Urgot ult does have an execute, but McDonald's is still very low. Carly does a lot of damage. And Urgot will die for his hubris.
And is he just not back quite in time to support that play? I like the aggressive nature.
Leroy
Engage mid.
Oh, they trade
they
kills in
both
mid lane.
go down. Minty and Leroy trade kills in the mid lane as Leroy fighting from the low HP there. Carly and Yoni are low, but there is no support to try to find these kills. Griff is all the way on the top side of the map.
TJ once again, the camera panning up there. He's taken a beating in the health trades, but because of that sustain, he can do basically whatever he wants. He's gotten the 2 kills already.
Yep, Ignite is
As
up for
Aztec
Frankfurt.
looking up here. He'll be spot on a ward. He's gonna dash in, but TJ walks away. Suspects that Aztec could ruin this lead he's got, but he's still going for a fight against the fear. Frank burns the Ignite.
Tail is up for Aztec, but a little too far to try to go for TJ. Doesn't want to invest the flash, as TJ still has his flash and infinite duress. It is always so hazardous to dive a Warwick. But they're flirting with the idea of it. Impale out.
Oh, it misses. Infinite duress back in, but it goes on the Aztec. But he doesn't care because Mordekaiser ults TJ, but he didn't want to because that...
Frankfurt, I think, perhaps giving into the pressure there in the moment, but nice shockwave will connect. Minty with a solo bolo. Griff now on the rundown, but he's got no damage to support him. Minty Bun has Aztec on the reinforce. Will be here momentarily. And Griff could be given over another one.
Yep. Oh man, that was an ill-advised counterplay on the mid lane. They had just gotten a bit of an advantage top, but then overplay their hand in mid lane. The bot lane's gonna have to run away because Carly and Yoni do hurt. I don't think they're gonna let him reset.
6-0.
Okay, flash out of Izzy. Ult misses from Leona, but McCall's gonna go in, and he'll just give up his life. Another kill for Carly.
McDonald's, rather than trying to go for the dash out after the stun, tries to trade back in and perhaps set up for the Misfortune ulti. Bullet time will come out to clear the wave, but they're diving now. Carly manages to drop the tower aggro just in time. One more shot would do it. Yoni is dropped low, 300 HP, 150. Will Griff manage to find the counter kill? Oh, takes another tower shot, and he will find one back on the play. So a 1-for-1 trade after the 3-man dive in the bot side. And any trade when you're playing from behind is going to bring the game closer together, so it's a nice pickup from Zon Plague.
Yep, the Zenith Blade takes you to the other side of the last target you hit, so that put him just barely in tower range, and that shot was just enough to get the kill for Griff. Alright. No objectives on the map just yet. I believe... Hold on, where's my... Oh, I don't have a settings button. I'm trying to get timers on my...
That's in.
And thank you. Thank you. I don't use spectator in case you couldn't tell. All
Press
right,
I to
but
open the settings.
gotcha. All right, so dragon in a minute here. That's the next one. Oh wait, no, actually Herald is up top, so already Aztec going to be going for that. He has top prio from Frank, so they might be able to secure it in time. It is kind of tanky. We'll see if TJ and Griff have anything to say about it. Doesn't look like they want to. They'll just give that one away. Probably due to the fact that Minty has prio in mid and could probably kill it because he is quite strong at this point. He has
for high damage
a noticeable
Oriana
CS lead. Yes, that is the Giga Chad Oriana build, full damage. None of this.
Landing
Okay.
down. Izzy will drop again, putting Carly at 9-0 on the Tristana. Carly, I believe,
No
has a
flash.
pentakill on Tristana in the LCC last season, and so comfortable on this 9-0. This is a scary thing to see on this LCC stage. And as you mentioned, Oriana, Minty, sizable CS lead. This is a lane bully matchup. This is a very old school matchup, to be honest. And Leroy, unfortunately, taking the worst half of it. And just, it's difficult due to the range of Oriana to even clear out your CS without taking trades out with the ball. And a dragon picked up, going to bring the first one over to the side of Targon.
Yep, Targon securing all the neutral objectives right now. They've got very sizable leads in bot and mid. Jungle as well is also doing quite well for himself. Aztec, again, nice and tanky on this Skarner. So where Mordekaiser has kind of fallen short in his beefiness, Skarner will more than make up for it in the later team fights. Tristana can have all the frontline she needs. But we'll enter another bit of a stalemate here as teams continue to farm up. Zon themselves really need to be catching up in gold because that Tristana is going to have to be dealt with. How they do it is up to them. Zon do have quite the engage potential to do so, because out of the flash, if Annie and Maokai can team up together well enough, and they flash engage onto the Tristana and burst her down with like a Misfortune ult over the top, that should be enough to deal with her. But there we go. Tristana, so strong, gets the reset on W from her Sapphire Charge, gets the kill onto Griff, buffer shot, buffers the W back out. TJ trying to go in, not going to be able to do up. Misfortune ult over the top, might be able to do enough damage to Carly. Oh, but
Oh, it was so close!
Leroy! Flash, the kill. He secures onto the Tristana. The Tristana's down. So this might be winnable, but no. Misfortune is also going to get cut out. She's very far behind, can't do much. And he's going to have to try to burn ult to stay alive, but it's 4 members of Targon there for the ace. We're only 18 minutes in. Baron isn't up yet, but Targon will have their way with the map.
We've got a lot of time here. I'm going to throw it to a replay, and we're going to rewatch that one, and then we'll just get back to live afterwards. But what a play up in the top side. Carly is on the Tristana. That's really the angle that can go wrong, but also can go so right, as Zon Plague could pick out Carly as a result. But that buffering the jump, allowing him to survive, even after taking so much of the bullet time, just able to hop out, forcing Leroy to jump forward. Will connect with that, but stun is burned. McDonald's is dove. And Targon just clean up the fight playing together in the jungle. It's a mad scramble from Zon Plague to group back up. And in the end, it's just all goes Targon's way. 4 heroes left standing.
So while you were in that replay, Misfortune cannot exist in the mid lane to farm waves while Tristana is there, because Tristana just W'd forward and one combo, because that is a Tristana with 2.5 items.
Yep, saw that one happen.
Yep.
Goodness gracious, good call out.
Yep. That was, yeah, that feels illegal, but that's gonna have to be Misfortune's life for a little while until she can catch up and farm. So I'm at 1930.
And we'll be there momentarily.
Oh. I'll wait till you catch up.
Nope, we're here as TJ goes down. It's an engage back to the bot side. Griff diving forward, and unfortunately an instant cancel onto the bullet time.
Interrupt.
Carly goes down, and McDonald's is here, left standing, but Minty Bun should have the damage to bring down McDonald's. And again, Targon come out on top on the play. 1 falls. It's Carly being a little too aggressive on that Tristana, giving up 2 kills back-to-back, but 14 kills speak for themselves.
Yep, the rest of Targon is also just so far ahead. Minty on this Orianna and Aztec on the Skarner, just so far ahead of the curve that even Skarner does damage. So they have more than enough CC themselves to answer what Zon has to throw at them, and they just have the wallet diff. That's what they've got going for them. So I'm at 20-27.
Yep, we're back to live.
All right, we're synced up. Excellent. So Zon is at quite the deficit here. That is basically, yeah, that is a 10k gold lead at 20 minutes. It's probably going to take a Baron throw from Titans if they want to get back into this. As I said,
It's going to
they
take
do
several
have Engage.
throws.
Yes, yes, they do have Engage and Lockdown to take advantage of opportunities presented to them. But those opportunities are going to probably be very slim. Ult from Frank onto TJ. TJ is going to burn barrier, but Frank has farmed it up to the point. He's got a heal cut, and he's got his team to back him up. He just has to stay alive long enough for them to get there. Yeah, the Warwick was strong early, but unfortunately the Mordekaiser has scaled and is able to match Warwick's damage, and also has just gotten residual gold from the rest of his team doing well. And here's the Baron, almost at the response, right at 21 minutes.
Dragon spawning right now,
Grip is on the other side of the
they
map.
may be able to take the dragon as a consolation prize, but this Baron will go down, and Targon will look to reset potentially, and then walk down these lanes to end the game. They're 925. Carly is double the value of Izzy on the gold graph, and just so much power concentrated into this one player as he's almost at 4 items. Has 900 gold, 1,000 gold in the bank, should be able to get another item on his next reset, and is just a monster on the Rift.
My client has closed again.
Okay. So Griff, sitting on this Maokai pick, I know that it is tempting to go for this damage Maokai. You get to have more utility for your team. You get to actually deal some of the damage on your own. And perhaps when you have lanes that are not... You don't have the most damage coming out of the rest of your team, it's nice to be able to get that happen, but when you have Carly sitting at 14 and 2, so much AD damage coming through, and there's not a single item for armor outside of McDonald's with 2 claw to speak of, so it's just going to be a massacre whenever Carly gets on top of somebody, and here we go, Griff, tanking the cloth armor.
Items, that just erases any non-true tank at this point in the game. Yep. It's going to be difficult. You have to just insta-pop Tristana at the start of every fight if you want to have any semblance of a chance. But the Titans have Baron, they have a wave, they're going to push, they have the man advantage. They might go for the end here, but it is quite a bit early to do that.
PJ spotted top
Tristana,
side.
Gonna get flashed on, but not enough follow-up. This horse is going to try to ult, but Carly is able to get out. Into great ultimate onto 2. They'll start cleaning up. Team is going to try to ult to save anything he can, but they keep Carly alive. Leona is the only one that falls, and I think that will be it. It's only Misfortune who doesn't have flash or ult to clear the wave. They have Baron buff. They're marching to the end here.
Yeah, Targon Titans were watching the last one and they said, we're not going to take that long to close ours out. 23 minutes into the game, they are knocking on the Nexus towers. First one falls, second one falls, and the Nexus will follow. And Targon are on the board, taking down Zon Plague. These teams have history with each other. They have knocked each other out back and forth in the playoffs, I think 2 or 3 seasons in a row. And now Targon taking the top of that rivalry yet again.
Yes, excellent showing from Targon. Bit of a... I liked the draft shenanigans from Zon. It did net them some leads in top lane, but it just wasn't enough. We said at the start that bot lane would be extremely volatile, with Tristana Leona having so much kill pressure, same as Misfortune Urgot, but Targon executed better, and they snowballed that lead to a victory.
Nicely done by Targon. It definitely swung to a victory. We have a 23-minute game, and we can look and see how that happened. There's 18 kills on Tristana. There's 10 kills on Orianna. That's really kind of the name of the game. 1-0-12 on the Skarner. Aztec playing kind of a back seat on the game as a whole, but of course providing that tanky front line. Frankward taking some hits, lumps in the top side, but scaling up and able to just be that big Mordekaiser. His function in a team fight is just to say, hey, I'm going to take out one person that would otherwise make Carly's life difficult. And they take Baron and close out the game. I think is kind of textbook with the amount size of the lead that they were able to build up.
It's very clean macro on the side of Targon. I was very happy to see that. They systematically took control of all the neutral objectives, with the one exception of that very first dragon fight that did go San's way, but even the fight itself did go to Targon. But other than that minor hiccup, exceptional macro play at all stages of the game. They were at the right places at the right time and executed their win conditions to perfection. We see that as I think that was the fastest win of the week.
Yeah, I believe so. This should be our fastest game of the week. 23 minutes, just under 24. And yeah, if you're building up that kind of lead, this is the kind of macro you want to see. You don't want to wibble wobble your game to the late game and give them more openings to be able to come back into it. You want to be decisive. Take that out. It's a great showing from Targon in week 1, and Carly showing why he was such a threat last split.
Yep. Very comfortable on that Tristana. Definitely one of his best picks, and showing why it's such a threat.
All right. Yep. With that, like we've done it. We've got our first 3 games on the books for week 1.
Yeah.
I can briefly go update our standings, and then we can take a look at it overall.
Yep. Let me see also what next week's matchups are, so we can get a quick little
preview
teaser about that. Yeah, quick little preview about that. Let's see. Let me find my little sheet here. So you thought this week was pretty fun. Well, we got more next week. So, next week we have, in our first slot, we have the Bullets taking on the Zon Plague. Both suffered a loss this week, so looking to try to get on the board there. And then after that, we have the Targon Titans facing off against my own team, the Frost. And we saw how strong both teams looked. Should be very exciting there. And finally, you have the Bucks taking on the Scorch. Scorch looking to bounce back from their loss yesterday, and Bucks looking to continue what they've already got. So, every week, it's going to be exciting.
That's right. You got to turn in every week, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the game night, for SEC game night on Thursdays. This is just week 1. We've got the entire regular season to look forward to, and then we have our best of 5s playoffs. It is always a great time, and our teams are playing for not only a $100 prize pool to the first place team, they're also going to get eternal glory on our Baron statue for the LCC. It will get a little bit taller as time goes on, and this season we will be adding a new piece to the trophy to immortalize our Season 5 champions. So I can throw up
there we go.
Our presentation. We've got the Freljord Frost, Vandal City Bucks, and the Targon Titans all sitting at 1-0 on their record. Bilgewater Bullets, Zon Plague, and Shurima Scorch unfortunately sitting at 0-1, and going to be looking to change things up into week 2.
This is just the beginning. There's plenty of time to bounce back, and every team does make playoffs. So, but still, make the most of this. Make the most of this regular season. Try to learn from your mistakes and do the very best you can to improve, because that's what this is all about. It's improving, having fun, and enjoying the community.
That's right. With that, do you have any closing words? Do we have anything that we need to disclose? I think it's 9:40. We can give the people back their night, and I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to be playing some League Classic because I'm excited to play that game.
Yeah. Has Gamba been paid out? That's the most important part.
Yep, only one person bet, and it wasn't on Targon, so nobody wins anything. Man. That's what you learn. If you don't gamble, you don't win.
Yep. You miss every shot you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. But yeah, I think that's it for us tonight.
And with that, we'll say goodnight to you. Thank you for joining us, Kalka. We'll see Kalka back on the stage and then also in the guest caster capacity. Thank you for help filling in tonight. It's great to have you on board. And if you're interested with helping out with anything in the LCC, you can reach out in our Discord channel and check out the ideas and suggestions or community contribution and reach out to us with your idea. I will help you implement your idea. Your idea is not going to become my project to do. Okay, cool. See you guys later. Night night.
See ya.